Sunil Alagh of SK Advisors with me in the studio. Nalin Kohli of the BJP, Sanjay Jha of the Congress party. I wonder whether Sanjay Jha will compliment Nalin Kohli tonight for the initiative taken by the government to actually blow the lid of the corporate espionage scam. I think he should, frankly, because if this government has done something good, it deserves to be complimented. R Venkatesh, Chartered Accountant and Policy Analyst, leans towards the BJP. Mr. Rajagopalan, just to start with you, how does something like this keep happening? I mean, just the scale and magnitude is scary. No ministry is spared. PMO documents are out. Documents from Finance Ministry pertaining to union budget have been stolen. Documents with regard to foreign opportunities for investment. Documents from the Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister of India, all been leaked. No matter how high up the office is, a certain secret code has been cracked by officials at the levels of peons and clerks of the government of India. I mean, how has this been going on?
Two major important things, Arnab. Now the Delhi police cannot handle this case. It should be transferred to CBI, number one. Number two, heads in the Petroleum Ministry should roll. Not only arresting corporate honchos, the officials, less than the joint secretary level officers, should also be questioned, and they also should be taken to task. Otherwise, system will not be put in place, because it's a wake-up call for the government. Even third important thing, it is high time that BJP government thought about amending RTA Act, because most of the documents can be obtained by RTA.
But this is now not
there
RTA.
Is a conflict.
No, I'm sorry. No, one second. One second. Please, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm sorry. This is robbery. RTA is not robbery.
It is robbery.
No,
it is robbery. I accept it.
The RTA is not robbery.
It is robbery. It is robbery. It is robbery.
Please don't
CBI should come into the picture now.
1 second, sir. This is not restricted to a single ministry or a one-off case in which a peon stole some documents for a quick buck. This is a case which opens a Pandora's box. The same questions asked in the Radia case, R Venkatesh. Nexus between corporates and 3G reform, three big reform sectors, those of petroleum, power and coal, has come out in the open. Last time it was telecom. Now it is telecom as there, petroleum, power and coal. Which means that even after the Radia case, these guys were operating with absolute impunity. And there must have been a feeling among some people who managed to blow the lid on the Radia scam and keep it under wraps, that life goes on as normal. Nothing happens. We can get back to these dirty tactics. R Venkatesh, who do you blame?
Actually, see, in the Radia case, there was a lady journalist. Now, in this case, there seems to be a male journalist. That's the only difference. The rest, everything is everything follows almost to the T. As far as I am concerned, the biggest problem, as I see it, is that there was a whole racket. This was a racket that was going on right under the nose of the UPA government, without let of fear for so many years, and this was a very big industry in Delhi. People having nexus up to from the peon to the joint secretaries, to the officers, to the secretaries, to the journalists, to the Xerox guy. Everybody was party to the loot, and I think we must congratulate. It's a defining moment in the history of governance in India, that this government has taken the bull by the horns. Yes, we must congratulate whosoever who has done it. Hats off to them, because they have actually put the bullet where it should be put in, and I am very confident that this is, as it comes out, rolls out, there will be a lot of other people who will be caught and hanged, and I only hope that the media keeps the pressure, because this is just the beginning. This is a trailer of a horrible movie. The big picture, when it is actually rolled out in the silver screen, is going to be devastating, including for the Congress party.
Well, including for the Congress party, my question is, this racket goes on. Sanjay Jha, by the way, first of all, would you at least compliment the BJP government for doing what you haven't been able to do? What did you do after the Radia scam? You allowed it to continue. Life went on as normal. And in fact, Sanjay, let me say this. Sanjay, let me say this. Many people are saying today that in the 10 years of the UPA government, things became so bad that the whole culture of espionage was professionalized. And people like Santanu Saikia began to operate with the so-called corporate website, whatever cover, because they almost felt that the culture of this crony capitalism, not lobbying, stealing, all of this needs to now get, in fact, institutionalized. My question to you, Mr. Jha, is not just whether you will congratulate this government, but whether you will explain to the viewers tonight that how this particular racket has been going on for 5 to 7 years. As far as the time frame goes, Bassi, the commissioner, said yesterday, he presumes that leaking of classified documents has been going on for several years. What were you doing when you were in power? You were sleeping while this was going on, while the corporate espionage became a culture in Delhi? Was your government part of it?
Well, I'm hoping Arnab, you'll give me my answer a little more time than your question. But first and foremost, I agree with you. I need to congratulate the Bharatiya Janata Party government for announcing that the CBI will investigate the Vyapam scam in Madhya Pradesh.
Sir, please, don't trivialize this. No, don't trivialize this. I'll discuss the Vyapam scam separately. No, Mr. Jha, don't do this. No, Mr. Jha, don't do this. No, Mr. Jha, tonight I won't let you trivialize this. No, Mr. Jha, I will not let you trivialize it. No, Mr. Jha, I will not let you trivialize it. No, Mr. Jha, don't do this. 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 Do not do this. I am telling you, do not do this.
I want to make a point.
No, I am making a point to you first, Mr. Jha. Mr. Jha, you see, Mr. Jha, I am asking the viewers tonight. I'll open up the phone lines right now. And my question at this stage to the viewer is, Mr. Sanjay Jha.
You're sounding a little disturbed.
Mr. Jha, you are sounding absolutely concerned. Mr. Jha, I am asking you a question. Mr. Jha, let me ask you a question. No, 1 second. Mr. Jha, listen to my point. Listen to my point.
Evidence during the time of the UPA, if there was any mole or a leak during the time of the UPA, it would have surfaced. Live in the moment, Arnab.
Really?
Don't try and always target the UPA.
Very good. Sanjay Jha, you congratulate yourself now. Congratulate yourself.
Nalin Kohli,
Do you want to talk Pramod Mahajan in telecom? Do you want to talk Centaur?
You congratulate yourself
Do you
now.
want to talk
Congress should congratulate
Do
itself.
you want to take UPI scam? Do you want to take coffin scam?
I'll tell you what I
Let's
want
not
to
go
talk
down the road again.
Why should Manishankar go? Why should Jaipal Reddy go?
One sec.
Why Manishankar gone?
I'll hand over to Nalin Kohli, but before that, one second. I'll hand over to Nalin Kohli, but before that, I will tell Sanjay Jha a little story.
But you did not deliver on your part of the promise. You didn't let me speak.
Mr. Jha, you went on. You see,
and I hope your viewers are going to judge you on this.
Sure. Thank you very much, Mr. Jha. It's all right. You see, I'll tell you one thing. I have endured these kind of tactics of the Congress party for many years. I don't care which party it comes from.
No, don't worry. So have I. Even I endure your tactics. Even I endure your tactics with a smile on my face like I have right now.
So I call them questions,
Mr. Jha. Let's not play games. When you ask me a question, you need to give me a legitimate time to answer that question.
Mr. Jha, I'll tell you.
And I'm answering your question.
I'll give you a
attitude towards corruption.
Mr. Jha.
This is the same government. By the way, one last line, and then I will not speak.
You want to talk about corruption?
One last line.
You want to talk about corruption?
If this government...
You're actually talking about corruption.
If this government is serious about corruption, you don't need a mousetrap like a CCTV. You need a Lokpal and an independent CBI. Ask Nalin Kohli, ask the Prime Minister of India. Where is the Lokpal? Where is an independent CBI?
Right,
that is meant to be an anti-corruption watchdog. Where is it?
Okay.
Where is the whistleblower bill? Tell me, where are these institutions that India needs?
Okay,
it doesn't have them.
Okay, now
you can keep these debates going on, Arnab, but attack the systemic flaw. Don't play and make a cosmetic flirtation with corruption.
Mr. Jha,
let's get on with the debate.
Mr. Jha, now you've completed that rather elaborate reply, and I tell you, Mr. Jha,
thank you, I had to force it, Arnab.
It's all right. You see, Mr. Jha, I have for long believed that it is not the quantity of the argument, the quality of the argument which matters. Your quality was found missing. My question is, fine. Now, Mr. Jha. Now, I'll tell you a little story before I hand it over to Nalin Kohli. I'll tell you a little story. There's a man called Anand Sharma who a few weeks back told a little story. Mr. Anand Sharma told a story. He says, I went to Mumbai. And when I went to Mumbai, I went to a CII convened industry roundtable. And then Anand Sharma says, this is when you were in government, because all the skeletons are coming. He says, all the top captains of the Indian industry were sitting. And all the top captains of the Indian industry told me that, do you know what's going on in the UPA government? Anand Sharma said, what's going on in the UPA government? They said that Jayanti Natarajan, and I'm saying this is an allegation, I'm saying allegedly. They said Jayanti Natarajan is taking government files to Chennai for clearances by her. So sensitive government documents, which Jayanti Natarajan denies, by the way, hundreds of files, Anand Sharma says, are taken to Chennai. They have to be retrieved from Chennai and brought back. Now, I don't know if that's a very transparent form of government. I mean, I don't want to tell you more stories because, I'll run out of them, but I'll let Nalin Kohli respond to you. I'll let Nalin Kohli respond to you. Nalin Kohli.
Jayanti Natarajan has denied it.
Now, whose side are you on?
Denied it. And by the way, if it is
but Anand Sharma said it. You think you're calling Anand Sharma a liar?
The Indian Prime Minister Why is the Indian Prime Minister who put up Jayanti Natarajan in the Delhi elections to oppose the
Mr. Jha,
Congress
you're
party?
going
what
around
has
in
he been doing
circles
for the
now,
last
Mr.
9
Jha.
months, Arnab
Okay,
Goswami?
you're going around in
That
circles
is
now,
the fundamental
Mr. Jha.
question you need to find out.
All right now.
Targeting the Congress, we have been in opposition for the last 9 months. Ask this government, where is governance? The right
This
under
government,
all is
this government has today,
This is
sir,
governance.
CCTV was
Is
not
this
there.
sir,
governance?
now, 1 second.
Is this
Jha,
governance?
Basic elementary thing like a CCTV was not there. A government office did not even have a CCTV. That had to be installed. That was the mess that you had left behind.
Well, we
Please
saw where
understand
the
that.
CCTV
Mr. Goswami,
was
may I
here.
come in for
So the bigger
a few
room,
minutes?
Wake up
you
and
spend
coffee, my dear.
taxpayers' money
Wake up
on
and smell
CCTV that
coffee.
is not being utilized, that is being disabled.
I am
It is a form
opening
of
up the
corruption.
lines now.
By the way, let's answer the question.
I am opening up the lines
Mr.
now,
Goswami,
and I think,
may I first have a couple of comments?
I am extremely critical of the government when you need to be critical. But today, if this government has taken on 5 big corporates and arrested its officials for corporate espionage, it is something which has not happened before.
Why don't you
Nalin
find out
Kohli.
pictures
It's a defining
of the
moment,
Indian
Arnab.
Prime Minister?
Nalin
when
Kohli,
he was
please.
talking
Nalin
to
Kohli
the
responding to Nalin Kohli.
Arnab,
and find
Arnab,
out.
this is-
Nalin Kohli, please. Let Nalin Kohli.
Mr. Goswami,
Find out why SpiceJet has
Mr.
got a very
Goswami.
soft loan.
Now, 1
Mr.
second, please.
Goswami, I
Nalin
have
Kohli.
3 or 4 points to make. Okay, we have had Mr. Jha, let me have a word also. There are a few points that I want to make. Let's look at the operation itself. They have a car, it has a sticker, false if it is. They have also with them proper identification if it's false. They are able to access, they know the people they can access with. There are keys, they are able to freely photocopy, move out of the building. This is even if low level people are involved, I consider it a sophisticated, well planned operation. And this operation doesn't happen in a 24-hour notice or something. This means it is the confidence of a process that's been running for long. Everyone says that this will not be a secret. This government, and thank you, this government at least had the gall to put cameras, start doing stuff, identify a problem and follow it to at least make a beginning to the end of what is a clear corrupt practice, irrespective of who's involved in it. The Congress party is making political what I don't know, but I can only say one thing. In Mr. Sanjay Jha's entire long statement, there is one statement I appreciate. He said, let the viewers decide. He commented about that for you. He commented for his argument. I'll also rest the case same way. Let the viewers decide. My fear is that Congress Mukt Bharat is no longer a BJP agenda. That is an agenda of the Congress party to do unto itself what we wanted to do to them when the elections were there.
Making your usual
These arguments are certainly in that.
Let the viewer decide. I also agree.
Listen, I can start doing the same. I can start doing the same. Stop being petty and pedestrian and absolutely puerile as usual, Nalin. Grow up. Have a maturity.
10 years after putting a government in comatose position,
and you make a political
then never
point,
hearing the Prime Minister of India speak for setting in systemic rot, you are holding it against those who are cleaning it out. That is fascinating, Mr. Jha.
I
Mr. Jha, even a Pakistani government official will not be able to do something what you are doing for your party.
I want to ask.
This is amazing.
I want to.
Full marks to you.
1 second.
You have really created a new record.
Just 1 minute.
Mr. Jha.
Just 1 minute.
How can you come up with an argument that
why
has no
Jayapal
basis?
Reddy was removed? Why Manish Sankara was removed?
You have been taught a lesson in Delhi. Learn to be less arrogant. Let's cut out that hubris Bharatiya Janata Party of blaming the Congress and the UPA even after we are 9 months in opposition.
I'm considered a humble person. Perhaps in your eyes, I'm not as humble as the leadership of your party.
Rejected you in Delhi. Wake
I
up.
plead guilty.
Wake up and smell
that
the
I'm
coffee,
not as
Nalin.
humble as the leadership of your party. I plead guilty.
Now the implications of
I
the
certainly
scam, going
have
back to
never
the
walked
subject.
through any security without being frisked.
Going
I
back
always
to the
stand in
subject.
line, I always get frisked.
No, going back
and
to
none
the
of my
subject,
family
I also
members
agree.
enjoy that.
No, going back to the
We have seen your arrogance very often of you and your
Going back to
party.
the subject, I also agree today. Let the viewers decide. We'll take 2 of our panelists. A lot of people are
If I
calling
need
right
a certificate
now.
from the Congress party,
Yeah.
I'll first need to join it. That's an impossibility.
Oh, 1 sec. Now the question is this. Please, gentlemen.
You won't be allowed in.
Can you?
Nalin, again, that's arrogance. You'll
Now,
not be allowed in.
You know why? Mr. Jha,
You're
Mr.
getting
Jha, 1
carried away,
second.
Mr. Kohli.
Thank
Calm
you.
down.
That's a favor you are granting. Thank you. That's a favor you are granting,
Now,
Mr. Jha.
now, gentlemen.
The best favor you can
No,
grant to
gentlemen,
any
1
person
minute.
who has his hand
Gentlemen,
in the
1 minute.
politics.
Gentlemen, 1
We
minute.
won't allow you in the Congress.
Generosity actually.
Gentlemen, 1 minute. Sunil Alagh comes to the debate tonight. Tonight only the viewer will decide. Only the viewer will decide. I am asking one question. Our great country,
Yes.
our great
Let's let the
country,
viewer decide.
and that's why I've opened up the phone lines today, Nalin and Sanjay Jha. Let the viewer decide. One second, and uninterrupted, I'll take calls as much as I can. Now, my question is this: today we have a pathetic, our great country, 1.2 billion people, so many young people striving hard, working hard to get a job, to get an education, to rise on merit. We reduce our country to this situation where there are some crony capital, cheap businessmen sitting there in Australia who are supplied secret information from via the corporates, where for 50,000 rupees you can find out what the principal secretary to Prime Minister is writing in a letter. Where for 75,000 rupees perhaps you will find out what is the input for the budget on a gas grid. Where for 1 lakh rupees you will know every single detail of what ONGC Videsh is going to do abroad. I mean, is this a joke? And we allow this to happen. We denigrate our own country. That's why I say phone lines tonight. If we are stuck as a country neck deep in crony capitalism, I am asking Sanjay Jha to consider whether that crony capitalism was discovered in the last 8 months or tackled in the last 8 months. Sunil Alagh is coming to the debate.
I would just
Sunil
like
Alagh,
to...
Sunil Alagh.
Yeah, one
Sunil
second.
Alagh.
I would just like to say this smacks of... This 1 second, Sanjay, we've heard you, yaar.
Capitalism, the
Oh
land
my God, yeah, Sanjay, can you keep quiet for even half a second? This reminds me of Watergate. It is 4 or 5 people who were inconsequential people who were arrested, and it went all the way up to the President of the United States of America. We have to let the investigation take place, and this 50,000 and 75,000, I'm trying to tell you, over the last 10 years, every single person that I met in the government said, if everybody on the top is making money, why shouldn't I? The culture began during your reign, that everybody was making a lot of money. I will also make some money.
Exactly.
Now this is what spread all the way down, and you have to congratulate the BJP that it's going to take them some time to eradicate it. I am not defending. 1 second, Sanjay, let me finish. All I'm saying is that look, there was crony. Look, the corporates. Sanjay, can I finish before you respond? Can I finish before you respond? Can I finish before you respond? The corporates were involved. Everybody was involved. We've caught hold of the bottom of just the tip of the iceberg. Wait till it goes all the way up. It will land up in the Prime Minister's office. It may land up with ministers. It will land up with the top corporate people. Let us find out. But this thing of getting into the fact of I can make money started in the last 5 years. Everywhere you went, it was no longer under the table. It was over the table. That was all that was happening.
No,
everybody discussed it and took it.
No, Santanu
now this
Saikia,
is getting arrested now. That's all.
No, Santanu Saikia didn't start this dirty operation in the... Santanu Saikia did not start... Allow me, Sanjay.
With Mr. Modi in Gujarat. In the Gujarat...
you're not even looking.
Hailing him as the god, as the future
Why don't you come down to 2003 and everything else? Sanjay, let's stop where we are today.
Open up the lines. My request, please open up the lines.
Okay, lines are being opened in 1.5 minutes.
If we carry this debate in this manner, we'll go back to God knows when. We'll go back to probably Adam and Eve and start discussing how the Congress party has played a role in this earth.
Okay, so
being the earth that we live on.
There is a consensus in the panel. We must open the lines.
The videos of the industrialists who have been sharing
Let's
the
get the questions. Let's get the questions.
Arnab, you open the line.
Let's open the
Arnab,
lines.
you open the line. Best.
We'll open the lines, but one point before that.
What a puerile argument. If I have lunch, if I have lunch with say Mr. Goswami, does that mean I'm bribing Mr. Goswami? Not that I've ever had lunch with him or dinner or a tea or anything.
Yeah.
The question is this. I just don't understand what's this logic.
Yeah.
You can, as long as nothing is done. This is a government that did. The UPA government that did the biggest scams. Here is the NDA government auctioning coal. Something worth 40 crores is selling for 750 crores. Why couldn't it be done in 10 years? National resources were wasted. When everything is being reversed of a tradition that we've inherited,
Sir,
you should be complimenting us in the interest of India.
And
Forget
the question
Congress
is,
party for a minute.
Other question is to Rahul Narwekar. What have we learnt in 13 years? 1 minute, Mr. Sanjay Jha. Mr. Sanjay Jha, please, Mr. Jha.
BJP state governments that will be involved.
Please, Mr. Jha, I'm opening up the phone lines in 1 minute. My question is, in 2002, officials from the RIL had been arrested also at that point of time under OSA. What did we learn in 13 years? And as far as what the UPA government were doing, they were busy bugging each other. We know what was going on in the UPA government time. Is this a discovery?
The former finance minister.
If it is any government
block, not block.
transparency, it was a UPA government with the Right to Information Act.
Ma'am,
which
don't-
empowered the common person of India to
Okay,
question
so
any
Rahul
about
Narwekar.
government. What are you talking, Arnab?
Well, there was
Arnab, get to know
transparency
your
in
facts.
corruption, certainly,
And why
Mr.
are you
Jha.
asking the question on Lokpal?
Everybody knew how corrupt the government
Why
is.
aren't you asking?
That was total transparency. We'll grant it to you.
Nalin, where is the Lokpal? Nalin, can you tell the viewers of Newshour when is the Lokpal going to come into effect
Can't
and why are you
believe it.
holding
So in
the
your-
anti-corruption watchdog now?
Yes.
What is the
We'll do
motive
a
of this
debate on
government?
Lokpal.
Why is the
At the
CBI
moment,
not
your
independent?
arguments
You
are
answer
more in the
this
realm of
question.
Jokpal.
So, one minute. Lokpal or no Lokpal?
yeah.
How did
And in the last 10 years, what were you doing, Mr. Jha?
tonight, ladies and
Mr.
gentlemen?
Jha, what were you doing in the
Tonight,
last 10
ladies and
years?
gentlemen, the seriousness
We've been in
of
power
this
for
issue
9
is-
months.
No, we elect a government. We elect a government to decide
No
policy.
answers, Nalin
One
Kohli, no
minute. We
answers.
elect a government to decide policy. If the government fails in policy which serves the interests of the people of India,
Again, I'll let the viewers decide.
people can vote it out. But today, Rahul Narwekar, I'll take your comment and then open up the lines. Secret communication, confidential communication, private communication, which forms the crux of policy making in our country, is sold to corporates for a price. Now, if this government is taking this head on, should the government be complimented or criticized? Rahul Narwekar.
Arnab, I would like
Rahul
to
Narwekar.
tell you there is a symbiotic
Well,
link
Arnab,
between the first
why-
debate that you
Rahul
had.
Narwekar,
Arnab,
please
while
after
you-
that.
Well, Arnab, while you are in a haste to congratulate this government for getting to the bottom of this so-called scam, I would also like to see the same enthusiasm of this government to investigate allegations pertaining to bugging of Mr. Nitin Gadkari's office and Mr. Arun Jaitley's office. I didn't see the same enthusiasm then.
That's right.
Nor did I see the same enthusiasm during the Snoop Gate of Gujarat. Therefore, these are issues which are prevalent in this country and which this country is also looking for answers.
Now,
So we don't
Number
make a
two,
start.
No,
while,
don't make a
while,
start
while
anywhere.
definitely
so
this
what
cannot
I'm,
be
what I'm saying here
tolerated.
is, for documents forwarded from the PMO have been-
What are you talking
No,
about?
Mr. Rahul Narwekar,
these are
what
facts.
are you talking
These
about?
are glaring facts.
Arnab, you should answer
These are
Rahul
glaring
Narwekar's
facts that
question.
need to be answered,
Right.
Mr.
The
Arnab
fact-
Goswami.
the fact-
Your selective reporting and your
Like the
selective
irrigation
appreciation
scam of
has to be
Maharashtra?
countered. Has to
These
be
facts like
countered.
the irrigation
And
scam of Maharashtra.
I think Mr. Rahul Narwekar suddenly lost his voice there. The question is this, that
No, 1 minute.
No, he lost
Shall we
here-
talk about
he lost
the,
his-
shall we talk about
there is just too much. No, I have not lost my voice. My voice is loud and clear. But I don't want to make this another
talk about
shouting
the
match.
1 billion
Therefore, when
SBI
I am
loan given
speaking,
to
I would
a
request
company
others
which
not
goes
to
to the
interrupt.
committee.
And when others are speaking, I don't interrupt.
Mr. Narwekar, don't get worked up here just because you were part of the UPA government. We know what was going on at that point of time. This is not a
there's no
discovery
question-
of the
there
last
is no
6
question
months.
of being
Now we have a
Mr.
situation
Arnab
here
Goswami.
today.
Mr. Arnab
We have a
Goswami,
situation here today.
I would only
Mr.
request you
Narwekar,
to be
Mr.
very pragmatic in
Mr.
your
Narwekar,
approach. I would
be
request
very
you to look at
pragmatic
both
about
the sides
it.
of the coin and not just follow one brief that you've been given.
Mr. Narwekar, be careful of what you say. You may follow Sharad Pawar's brief. Be careful.
1 minute, what did you say?
In this particular
What you're
case,
saying, 1 minute,
documents
hold
of
on.
every
Brief you have
documents
given.
of documents.
Are you calling a
want to-
discussion
you want
on
to-
corruption
Mr.
as a
I think
motivated
what Mr.
discussion?
Narwekar, what Mr. Narwekar and
calling
Sanjay Jha
the
want to do.
channel a
No, 1
motivated
second. What Mr.
discussion
Narwekar
just
and
now
Sanjay
on
Jha want to do.
Don't get so worked
What
up.
Mr. Narwekar and Mr.
Serious.
Sanjay Jha want to
Don't
do.
lose your cool.
And I am putting this.
Don't lose
I am
your
putting
cool.
this
Relax,
question.
relax.
I am
Don't lose
putting
your
this
cool.
question to everyone tonight.
Arnab,
And 1 second, Sanjay Jha and Rahul Narwekar, what you are trying to do. Relax, please, Mr. Narwekar. Let me say something. Now. Okay. So if you want to do this childish game.
Arnab Goswami, you have been squarely exposed. What you are trying to do is just paint one side and show that to your viewers.